Good morning, friends. It's Monday, October, autumn, time of moving into darkness. Probably most of us in our minds at times do that movement into darkness, the repetitive thoughts, the ruminations, either exactly the same thoughts or running repeatedly conversations in our heads, or what you might think of as thought patterns, where your mind enters into a particular world and you pick at it and pick at it and pick at it. And often these thought patterns are not helpful to us. They're the stressful thought patterns or the painful thought patterns, the ruminations that provoke stress and tension and anxiety. I know we all do this. Some people, including me at times, obsessively fall into repetitive and stressful, anxious thinking. And we don't even need to know why. It may not be caused by anything. I'm really aware at the moment, moving to this house in the middle of nowhere in rural Ireland evokes for me the childhood I had growing up in rural Wales, or at least it was where I moved when I was 9, to rural Wales. And that was a home I lost when I was sent away to school a few years later. So there is all sorts of a sense of loss and fear attached to being here. It manifests as thoughts in my head today, but the causes are half a century old. So we wish these thoughts would go away. We wish that somehow we could just think positively about the future, but wishing them to go away won't make them go away. First, you have to notice that you're having these repetitive thoughts. You begin to see some thoughts unfolding on your head and say, "Oh, hello, old friend, here you are again." And secondly, before you can change direction of those thoughts, you need to interrupt the thoughts you're having. For me, maybe for everyone, the primary form of interruption is to become present, not to get caught up in what ifs, not to get caught up in the past, not to get caught up in fears of what might happen, not to get caught up in alternative universes in which you're fighting dragons, real or human, but to come back to this world wherever you are, whether it's looking at a tree or listening to a piece of music or drawing a picture or just breathing, just for a moment, breathing, breaking the pattern of ruminating thoughts and breathing, just being here now, and noticing that you are spiraling back into the dark places, the useless places, noticing and interrupting, because the more we go to those dark places, the stronger the networks those thinkings establish in our brain, and the more easy it is to go to those places. And so this vicious cycle, we go there more and more often, and we find that makes us go there more and more often. We must interrupt and find a new path of thinking. First, notice that you're walking the same established useless path of thinking, and then come present and choose a new path. Not beating yourself up for being a failure because you're thinking stressful thoughts, but congratulating yourself for having noticed and gently reorientating yourself towards the light, away from the darkness and towards the light. When in doubt, breathe and smile. I hope your Monday unfurls beautifully.